everybody! I'm here today to talk to you about 10 symptoms of engine problems. If you are driving a car, then it is very possible for your engine to have a problem, a minor problem or a major problem. Now, with that being said, as a car owner or car driver, it is super important for you to know what to look for with regards to the symptoms of those engine problems. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. The first symptom, this is probably the most crucial one, is a dashboard light or multiple dashboard lights coming on. Now here is the thing, your dashboard lights are there to help you become aware of something that's happening with the engine. And each dashboard light usually has a different meaning. Now the most significant one is the check engine light. If your check engine light illuminates, that is, or it could be, a major problem. If there are other lights, like the oil light, that's also a major problem, but the check engine light is by far the most significant. So if you see a dashboard light illuminate, check out what it means and take care of the problem, okay? Figure out what the engine problem is and then take care of it, okay? The second symptom of an engine problem is a weird noise or weird noises coming from the engine. Now, engines obviously make certain noises that are completely normal. You can hear the engine revving and stuff, but sorry about that. If you hear a weird noise, something like a knocking sound is not normal. So by weird, I just mean abnormal. If an abnormal noise is coming from your engine, that usually signifies that there is or could be an engine problem. Number 3, the third symptom, is leaking fluids. If you go to where your car's parked and you see a big pool or a big puddle of something there, then like fluid is leaking from the car, that's going to be a serious problem. It means something is leaking out from your car, okay? Now, depending on the color, you can sort of tell what it might be, but what you need to do is investigate further to see what it actually is. So look into it further to figure out what it is that's leaking. And then once you figure out what's leaking, you can figure out how to fix it, okay? Number 4 is a loss of power. So here's the thing. You're used to your engine producing a certain amount of horsepower and a certain amount of torque and acceleration. So when it's normal for cars to lose a little bit of power over a long period of time. So meaning over the course of 10 years, 20 years, it is absolutely normal for a car to lose a little bit of power. But if your car all of a sudden goes from having this much power to this much power, well, then that is a serious problem, okay? So essentially, you want to make sure that your car, it has roughly the same amount of power. If it's way less powerful, then you got to look into it, because there's a reason why it's not as powerful. Could be misfiring, a cylinder could be not working properly. You got to look into it, okay? Number 5, symptom number 5 is engine is louder. So the engine is louder overall. Sorry, I'm looking at my notes. It says engine is louder overall. I should actually put it in a sentence so it makes more sense. The engine is louder overall. Now, over time, your engine is supposed to be relatively at the same volume, like I said before with the power. It's normal for engines to become just a little bit louder, but if your engine is significantly louder, it could mean that A, there's an exhaust leak, which is normal over time depending on where you live. If you live where it snows and they salt like me, as you can see out the window over here, then it's normal. But it could also mean that the lubrication properties of your engine, the oil properties of your engine, are failing. The oil is meant to be a lubricant, but it's also meant to be an insulation material so that the engine stays relatively quiet. When your engine doesn't have enough oil, or the oil encapsulation is not working properly, well, then that means that it could get louder, okay? So that could mean that there's a problem. Look into that. Number 6 is increased gas consumption. Now, just like power, it's normal for an engine to use more gas over time, 1000% normal. However, if your engine is massively using more gas, that's a problem, okay? Because it could mean that there's got to be a reason why it's using more gas. You got to look into that. You know, increased gas consumption means less efficiency overall as an engine. So look into why that might be the case, okay? Number 7 is an engine is burning too much oil, okay? So it's somewhat normal. A little bit of oil consumption or burning is completely normal. But when the car or the vehicle ends up burning a lot of oil or significant amount, it means there's a problem. It means that there could be an oil leak, number 1, or the engine is consuming the oil, which is also another problem. Now, it's normal as a car gets older to burn a little bit more oil than usual, but you shouldn't be refilling it constantly, okay? I had a friend who had a car that was burning a lot of oil. Like, they had to refill the car every 3-4 days. It would go through an entire container of oil, which is crazy, okay? I don't know what the problem ended up being, but I do know that he ended up spending quite a bit of money fixing the problem. So look into it. It might not be an expensive fix, but there is a problem with the engine if it is burning a significant amount of oil. Number 8 is if there is smoke coming from the exhaust. So if you are driving and you see smoke, okay, whether it's white smoke, black smoke, green smoke, I don't know, any kind of smoke coming from the exhaust, that's going to be a problem. It means that your engine is not burning something properly. Some unburnt could be fuel, could be burnt up oil, is going to end up coming out of the exhaust, which is most definitely a problem. So if you see smoke coming from the exhaust, or if you hear about smoke coming from the exhaust, someone else tells you, let's say a friend of yours tells you, then you definitely have to look into that, because it is going to be a problem that you got to look into. Now, it could be just a minor fix, but most likely it's going to be something major that needs to be looked at or even possibly repaired, okay? Number 9, symptom number 9 is excessive vibration or rattling. So essentially, like I said, it's normal for your engine to vibrate just a bit or rattle just a bit. That's completely normal. But if you notice your car's like shaking, or things inside of your car like the rattling, that is something that you got to look into, because it means that there could be, and is honestly most likely, a more serious problem. So with that being said, look into it. Could be something minor, or it could be something major, like your engine might need a new motor mount, and that's what's sort of keeping it in place. But your engine might need a new motor mount, which is going to be a significant cost, okay? Last but not least is symptom number 10, which is the engine stalls or doesn't start. The thing with this is it could be something tiny or it could be something major. I mean, you might need a whole new engine rebuild, or it could be something tiny. You might need a new battery. It's going to cost you $100, $150, whatever the case is. And it's something that you could even do yourself if you really want to go for it. It's not that hard to do. But essentially, if your engine is not starting, or if it stalls while you're driving, that means that there's a problem, because you can't drive it. So you got to look into it. And that's basically it. Those are 10 symptoms of engine problems. If you see these symptoms, feel them, hear them, notice them, look into them and get them fixed as soon as possible. And that's it. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think down below as a comment. And of course, be sure to subscribe for more great car and driving videos just like this one. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.